Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Native News Update. It's Friday, July 20th, and many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryNews.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Native American and Alaska Native leaders told of their villages being underwater because of coastal erosion, droughts, and more on July 19th during a Senate hearing intended to draw attention to how climate change is affecting tribal communities. Senator Daniel Akaka, committee chairman, acknowledged that environmental changes are widespread, but the Hawaii Democrats said Native communities are disproportionately impacted because they depend on nature for traditional food, sacred sites, and for cultural ceremonies. Several tribes already are coming up with plans to adapt to the changes, and federal agencies are assisting with resources. Members of several West Coast tribes and Alaska communities have been in Washington this week for a symposium at the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of the American Indian on impact of climate change on Indigenous people and their communities. The symposium, titled First Steward, brought together tribal leaders, people experiencing the changes, and scientists. 37-year-old Chris Grover, a member of the Lakota Ojibwe tribe, has been taken into custody in connection with the 6 arson fires set on the Lakota Ojibwe reservation in northern Wisconsin on July 14th and 15th. Grover is a member of the local fundamental religious group that opposes traditional beliefs, and all 6 fires set were at places connected with those traditional beliefs they opposed. Authorities from the Wisconsin Department of Justice, LCO Tribal Police Department, and the Sawyer County Sheriff's Department were confirmed to be involved in a joint investigation for the multiple counts of arson and attempted murder of Paul DeMaine, the CEO of Indian Country Communications, publishers of News from Indian Country and IndianCountryTV.com. As of July 20th, no official statement has been issued by the tribe, tribal law enforcement officials, the tribe's communication director, or WOJB-FM, which is licensed by the tribe. One fund established to assist those impacted by the fire has been set up at the LCO Credit Union, and it is called the Fire Fund 2588. Checks and money order can be sent to LCO Box 1710, Hayward, Wisconsin 54843. Or you can go online and make a donation at firefund2588.chipin.com/firedfund-2588. Paul Brooks, chairman of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, told members of the U.S. Senate Committee on Indian Affairs that the government's recognition process for American Indian tribes is broken. I respectfully offer today that the various means of federal recognition have failed the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, Brooks told the committee on July 19th. Our elders are dying, waiting for health benefits, and our children struggle to become educated while waiting for benefits that should be available to all. The oversight hearing focused on the improvement of the 2 pathways the government used to recognize American Indian tribes: an act of Congress or an administrative process conducted by the U.S. Department of the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Brooks, along with leadership from other tribes and groups involved in federal recognition, spoke during the hearing about what they described as a lengthy, burdensome, intrusive, less than transparent, and unpredictable process. In an effort to save their language from extinction, the Chukchansi Tribe has donated $1 million to California State University at Fresno. The funds, which leaders of the Chukchansi Tribe hope will allow linguists at the CSU to compile a dictionary and assemble grammar texts over the next 5 years, was generated from the tribal-owned casino in the Sierra Nevada foothills. Jose Diaz, Associate Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities at the Fresno School, said the grant will speed up the process already in motion at the school to preserve an endangered language. Research on the language began in the summer of 2009 when the Chukchansi Tribe reached out to the facility linguist. Around the world, 1 language dies every 14 days, according to a study done by the National Geographic and the Living Tongues Institute for Endangered Languages, which estimates that roughly half of 7,000 world languages spoken today will disappear by the next century. The Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa in North Dakota has teamed up with a financial service company run by a former Google executive to launch an online lending business. The tribally owned Blue Chip Financial opened an office in Belcourt, North Dakota on July 5th. Blue Chip Financial is offering a product called Spot Loan, a flexible installment loan for people around the country who have difficulty obtaining traditional bank loans. People can use the online service to borrow between $300 and $800 under current loan limits for 3 to 8 months. But loans are not available online to North Dakota residents under current banking regulations. Tribal Chairman Merle St. Clair said the new business will bring a variety of benefits to the Turtle Mountain Reservation, from creating jobs to generating revenue to support other tribal business ventures and social programs. For more information on the program, you can visit spotloan.com. Minnesota Twin Hall of Famer Brad Radke will be giving back to his fans as he volunteers and unveils the newly revitalized American Indian Family Center on August 7th as part of the Drops of Good, the Maxwell House Community Project. American Indian Family Center in St. Paul, Minnesota was voted by the American public to be one of 3 community centers receiving the makeover of a lifetime with up to $50,000 in renovations, which will help them continue to provide education and support to the St. Paul community. The center offers vital programming including mental health services, assistance in child neglect and abuse cases, parenting support, and career development. Maxwell House, in partnership with Rebuilding Together Twin Cities, will help make the center ADA accessible, upgrade the kitchen, install new ceiling tiles and flooring, install heating and cooling systems, paint the exterior, and improve landscaping. With the proposed renovations, the center will be able to increase its nutrition and education program, as well as provide services to those with disabilities. Indian Gaming Magazine has awarded Ernie Stevens Jr., a member of the Oneida Tribe of Wisconsin, the 2012 Eagle Visionary Award and inducted him into the Indian Gaming Hall of Fame. With his dedication as chairman of the National Indian Gaming Association, Stevens is the national voice for Indian gaming industry. He is currently serving his 6th 2-year term as NIGA's leader. As a respected leader in Indian country, Stevens also serves on the Native American Rights Fund National Support Committee, is a board member of the National Center of American Indian Enterprise Development, and serves on the Native American Advisory Board for the Boys and Girls Club of America. Plus, Stevens is co-founder of Dream Seekers Foundation of America along with Hulk Hogan to provide contributions to tribal nations that face adversities such as poverty, violence, and a lack of various resources, specifically focus on efforts to improve health care and education for Native youth and their families. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.